This will be my sixth look at trying to compare or at least illustrate some of the throws that Lamar Jackson has made in his short career, some of the concepts that the Ravens coaches call consistently or repeatedly. This first play is going to be from 2019, a game that the Ravens almost blew up in Buffalo. Had to hold on to win, or at least not allow the Bills a tying touchdown on a fourth down play. Marcus Peters swats the ball away from John Brown, I believe, and we were able to preserve a win 24-17. The second play I'll show you will be from week 1 of 2021, the Ravens' loss to the Raiders, their overtime loss to the Raiders. Same concept, pretty much the same play. A same route being run by Mark Andrews. So Andrews is here, going to run what I call a climb route. The bottom side tight end here is going to try to hold a DB by running, I think, a little out. And the Bills are in what I would call quarter, half. Now, some people call it cover 6. Call it whatever you want. In any case, what they're doing is the safety to the boundary side is playing half the field, and then to the wide side of the field, corner and the safety are splitting that half of the field into quarters or fourths. So let's look at the design. This is after the motion by, I think, Hayden Hurst. Primary route is going to be Andrews here, and he's going to be picked up by this safety. The Ravens have gotten better at this concept. You'll see it when I show you the play from the Raiders. So pay attention to what, I believe this is Nick Boyle down here, so this is 13 personnel. Pay attention to what Nick Boyle does not do, okay, on the snap. He doesn't block. He doesn't fake block. He doesn't go down on the D end and then delay release anything. So he's not, him running a route and releasing out there immediately doesn't really jive with Lamar and the running back having a mesh in terms of a play action. You know what I mean? So, these guys have already gotten their reads. So this guy's already got his read off of him. And you'll see from the end zone, I don't think this safety was looking at the tight end. I think he's just looking in here. He almost looks like he's looking, at the triangle, meaning the two guards and the center. But in any case, it works out like cover 2 from an inside linebacker standpoint. This linebacker carrying Mark Andrews to a certain depth and then trying to get hands on him. This safety is the guy who runs with Andrews. I don't think there's anything wrong with what Lamar does. He's back here. He's got a good base. Ready to throw the football. He's reading. I think he initially, you'll see from the end zone angle, he read this corner. See if this corner got off, meaning got depth. And he did not. He identifies that Andrews has beat the linebacker. He's going to give Andrews the opportunity to make a play to the boundary here because the two routes up to the top side are holding that corner and that safety. I think this ball is better thrown than it looks. Look, first of all, it was windy as hell that day in Buffalo. Now, of course, I wasn't there. I don't know if you were, but it certainly looked windy. And you saw it. You can see from the flag right here from behind. It's quite windy. I mean, it's not as windy as maybe as I remember actually looking at that flag. Maybe it's a little misleading there, but I thought it was quite windy. But in any case, this corner is clearly reading the tight end Boyle. This safety, to me, is looking here. He's looking at the triangle, if I would say. Because he gets his read and snaps his helmet quick over to the number 3 receiver to the other side, which is Andrews running this climb route. Watch his helmet quickly snap to Andrews. But he knows that backside, this tight end is going to be guarded man-to-man by that corner who's off screen. That's the corner that Lamar's looking at right now. Everything looks good from a fundamental standpoint, if you ask me. Now he's gone off that read to the corner. I think he was just looking to see what that corner did. If that corner got depth, then he could possibly throw it to Boyle. That corner essentially stayed short, like a cover 2, and now he's on Andrews, and he understands, I'm going to go ahead and give him an opportunity to make a play. You'd let me know what you think. I think Lamar looks pretty good here for being 2019. I think he's going to look way better in 2021 when you see this play from week 1 against the Raiders. But in any case, throws the ball up here. You can see there's a little bit of wiggle in it. Again, I think he's dealing with the wind. I don't think it's a poorly thrown ball. I don't. Is it underthrown by 2 yards? Maybe. I would, venture to say it's possible that that's attributed to the wind. I don't know that, obviously. I don't know if he's throwing into the wind. It looked like a crosswind, a side wind, at least according to that flag, that pinstripe that was on the goalpost. All right, against the Raiders, from week 1 in 2021, so about a year and 8 months later, I guess, maybe a little bit longer than that. Actually, I did my math wrong. Similar concept, except Lamar's not going to reverse pivot. And what you're going to see is that now the tight end to our right, which was Nick Boyle in the last play, is Ricard. He's going to step down on the DN, Crosby, who's playing in a 7. 7 technique I call is like inside shade on the tight end. And then he's going to release out into the flats, and that's going to hold this corner that's off screen here. Raiders are having real trouble lining up to this. Lamar doesn't reverse pivot, so the technique for him is a little different here. You can see he opens to the running back, and immediately he's getting his eyes out here. He's looking at the same thing he did against the Bills. He's looking at the corner. He's looking to see what that corner's doing. Is that corner sitting? And he does. And now he knows this is cover 3. And you'll see this from the all-22 angle. The Raiders are a big cover 3 team. Of course, our defensive coordinator was a cover 3 guy in Seattle as well. This is one of the inside linebackers. KJ Wright is the Sam. Perryman is the Will. I forget this guy's name. He's a better player than people give him credit for. He's trying to carry Watkins on that same climb route that Andrews ran last time, and a beautiful throw. I think Lamar didn't have to get moved off his spot as much here against the Raiders. Now, there was a little bit of pressure from Crosby, who had a bunch of pressures that game. And you'll see that what the Ravens try to do is they get him tangled up with the tight end, and then Ricard's going to release late, and they're pulling the left guard to then come deal with the D end. So they're giving Crosby 2 people to deal with. Crosby just happens to juke Ben Powers to the inside, and he doesn't get in Lamar's face. He offers way less pressure than was offered by the D end Hughes on that Buffalo play. You can see Lamar's able to survey the field here, quite patient. You know, if you give Lamar this kind of time, he will find people and he will make throws like this. I thought this was a fantastic throw. From the all-22 angle, you'll see what the corner to that side does. So remember, now this is a different defensive alignment. First of all, this is definitely a cover 3, but it's cover 3 versus trips. So the number 3 receiver, I mean, theoretically, you can run stuff like this against cover 3. And it really puts the DBs in a bind because this free safety has 2 verticals coming at him, 1 and then 2. And then this corner has a deep out and a vertical coming at him. So it really puts these guys in a bind, if you ask me. And what the Raiders were trying to do is they were trying to take one of their linebackers, and they were trying to run him with this vertical route by Sammy Watkins. Recall from the Bills had a strong safety here. I think Pryor was his name. The guy who I said on the snap, immediately his eyes looked to Andrews. Now, we don't have Andrews as the number 3 receiver here like he was against Buffalo. We have Andrews as the number 1. Same play, though. We're just running it with a receiver now. I actually like this design a little bit better. I don't know about you. It uses the faster guy as the vertical threat. No wind at all to deal with. Watch this linebacker, number 44, and then watch the corner as well. This corner gets a read from Ricard. He's looking right at him. So he sees run for a moment, has to hold. And then what ends up happening is he's high. He's above Ricard. And then KJ Wright is above Latavius Murray. So we've got the matchup we want. Watkins running that climb route against that, I guess, the Mike Backer here in a 4-3, number 44. Lamar's got plenty of time. Look at all the distance between him and the offensive lineman. Looks a lot bigger and stronger in this film, if you ask me. A little bit different, steps, because like I said, he opened to the running back. There was not a reverse pivot. You see? But gets back there, makes the read, boom, throws the football. No pressure. Beautiful, beautiful play. On target. No complaints about that at all, right? Let me know what you think of this breakdown, what you think of Lamar's throws. I thought the Bills' throw was almost as impressive just because it was in the wind. And there was clearly a safety who could keep up with Mark Andrews. If it's underthrown, it's underthrown by 2 yards. The design of the Ravens' play here against the against the Raiders is better because I think they're trying to give a run read here, and I think that's why Lamar is opening up to this side so that those things can work together and get that back, running at a path that allows this corner to maybe see it. Now, I'm not saying I think they're going to throw the ball to Ricard. I don't. I would like to see us, maybe offer a secondary route underneath here. I don't believe I saw that, if memory serves. Yeah, these are all verticals. There's Watkins, there's Brown, and there's Andrews, who's the number one, who appears to be getting ready to cut in. I'd like to see us do, have something available that was underneath, something like that, so that we had another option for Lamar late. One of the quotes or comments, excuse me, on an earlier one-play video that I did was, that there aren't like later options for Lamar in the progression. And I would say that there are times where that appears to be true. In this week 1 matchup against the Raiders, I think the Ravens knew they were going to get cover 3 out of this formation, so they pretty much knew where they were going to go with this football. Again, let me know what you guys think of the videos. I think this one went on a little bit longer than the other ones, but I thought it was worthy because you have pretty much the exact same concept. Very, very similar throw by Lamar. This one's probably a little more direct, maybe even a little stronger. But again, he wasn't dealing with the wind, so I think you've got to give him, the benefit of the doubt on that. Appreciate you guys' time. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content and you haven't subscribed already.